What's going on, guys? Danny Weinreb here from Tactical Survival. I'm guess I'm gonna do a video on a beginner's bug out bag. What I think as a beginner you should have. Now, I don't have everything in this bag currently. I'm actually gearing up for a camping trip this weekend, and I had to transfer some stuff over to another bag, but I'll give you guys a list of things I don't have, things I think that you guys should have in your bug out bag for beginners. First thing I'm going to say is currently it's summertime. You know, it's warm outside. You're not going to want something like this. This is a negative 40-degree sleeping bag. It's a mummy bag. So you're definitely not going to want something like that in the middle of summertime. Something you are, however, going to want is a good pair of these, which you can't see. A good pair of boots. These are my summer boots. And what these are is I honestly just got these at military surplus store. They're made by a company by the name of Bates. And they're a paramedic boot. You can see they zip up on the side here. So you can tie them for the tie them to fit your foot. And then they make it easy to come off just by zipping off. They breathe well. You can't really see it on my phone because the camera's a piece of shit. But they breathe well. They do have a mesh on the side. And they've got a decent tread on the bottom of them. Now, onto my bag. My bag, I've had this thing for years. I've actually had it since I was 11 years old. So about 12 years now. It's a Kelty hiking bag. And yeah, I think I picked this thing up for about 80 bucks years ago. And yeah, it's nice. It's basically the same thing as a Marine Corps bag, or a bag like you get in the Army, where it's one giant pocket on the inside of the bag, and then the outside has different storage compartments, different ways to store things like straps. It does have some molly rubbing on it. Not much, but it does have a little bit. So on the outside of my bag, you know, stand it up. The first pocket that I have is this one right here on the top of the bag. Now, I don't currently have anything in there. Normally I keep a raincoat in there, a pair of gloves, or a flashlight attached to this, and that pretty much takes up that entire top compartment. I keep the flashlight clipped onto this just for easy access when it's light out, or when it's dark out, I should say. I know exactly where it is, and I don't have to go dig it through my bag to find it. Now, on the front, actually, jump around real quick. On the back here, it's got these awesome straps. Personally, I love this bag. I think it's an awesome bag for bugging out. My other bag is just a military clamshell bag. It's not anything like this. That's a 72-hour survival bag. This could last me for days. Not weeks, but, you know, more than 72 hours. So, what it's got on the back here, obviously, because it's a hiking bag and the size of it, you got your hip straps. And these are adjustable. They've got retainers right here for the straps. And they've got a nice, decent sized clip. Now, I got pretty big hands, and yeah, clip takes up a good bit of half of my hand. So, I mean, they're pretty sturdy. And the strap is a really nice nylon web strap. It's got good solid stitching. You can't really see it, but good solid stitching coming through, so that's not going to rip off. And these hip straps here are adjustable by this little cam here. They're also tied in right here to your shoulder straps, so that's going to give you a little extra support, bring things up a little bit more, and help use your entire back rather than singling out one particular section of your back and potentially hurting yourself. Going up on the back, it's nice foam padded here for your lower back and your butt area, and then you got nice padding coming through here on the back of the bag. Here's a little holder where you can put a stick, stand your bag up. You know, they definitely designed this bag for outdoor use. It's able to take some wear and tear. Obviously, I've had this thing for 12 years, and I brought it on every camping trip I've ever been on, whether it be hiking. I took it to the Badlands of South Dakota. It's been all throughout the Great Smoky Mountains, Rocky Mountains, all those places. It does have a chest strap where you can put it across your chest, and that location is also adjustable. For people with bigger chests, you know, it's got a decently long strap. Here it is, fully extended. That's about a good, probably about a good 9 inches of strap that you got there you can play with. It does have 2 molly hooks, one on each strap. You got one right here, and you got one right here. The straps are also adjustable here with a lot of strap length to use. And not only are they adjustable there, but they're also adjustable right here by this Velcro piece. You can adjust how the load's carried on your back, what angle you carry it at. You can also adjust it here up at the top. You've got a cam here that you can adjust the strap with, and you can also adjust it here. So, you know, this bag has got, you know, so many different options that you can use as far as adjustment goes, as far as everything else. And another really, really good thing that I like is sometimes these cams, you know, they do wear out. So what they did is they added a secondary cam up here that you can run this strap through and tighten it down so that, you know, you're not going to have a whole lot of slippage even if one of the cams is worn out. Like this one here, if it's worn out, you can run the strap through here and it'll still hold it tight. So, off of the back of the bag, I'm going to move on the front. First thing you'll see, on the front of the bag on the top, I have my tent. You know, for those of you who have never seen a one-person tent, I put this on this bag particularly for new people who are just getting into bug-out bags, who are just getting into survival. This is a Coleman 5-person tent. It'll fit 5 people comfortably, and it's got a 6-inch height inside. So I could comfortably stand up, and I'm 5'10". You know, so you could easily fit all your gear in here. You know, it's got nice nylon sides, a really nice nylon rain fly. The poles are made out of, it's a composite plastic, so that they're a little bit tougher than, you know, some other style tent poles that it gets really cold, they get brittle, and they snap. Well, this composite plastic works with the weather, expanding and contracting to help it actually not snap when you're in cold weather. So I've got that hooked right here. Here's a picture of the tent fully set up. It's got a nice big front door, windows all the way around. The sides aren't zip up, the front and the back are. As far as windows go, the front has the door, that's the only door. And then I've got a couple carabiners hooked onto this molly webbing here. Just, you know, you never know when you're going to need them. And it's one of those things where you don't always need them, but if you need them and you don't have them, it really sucks. And I've got 4, 2 hooked on each side. I've also got a couple more inside of the bag. On the bottom here, I've got my bed pad. I just keep it held together with a bungee cord. Again, this is geared more towards a beginner, to show beginners what a good idea for starting out is gonna be for them, especially if you're on a budget, especially if you know you don't have hundreds of dollars to sink into the bag at one time. But this is just a standard thermarest sleeping pad. I don't always use this. I use this if it's cold outside. You know, if it's warm, I don't particularly need this. I'll actually just sleep on top of my sleeping bag and pack like a longer sleeve shirt and maybe a pair of sweatpants that I could sleep in. So that's my sleeping pad. I've got a pillow stashed in there just for, you know, comfort, I guess. Creature comforts, always nice. So as you can see, you got 2 water bottle holders on the sides. They're decent size. They're standard mesh water bottle holders, and you can put, you know, anything really in those that'll fit. They're a nice, strong, solid mesh, so they're not gonna sit here and tear off and break and wear down. You know, they're gonna last you for a good while. And I do waterproof this bag. I've got a waterproof spray that I use. Same stuff that I use on my tent. And the material itself is waterproof already. I just go through and waterproof these seams because that's where you're going to have, you know, your most amount of leakage. And I'll waterproof around the zippers. On the bottom here, you got 2 carry hooks. So like if you're, say you've got, I don't know, if you live up north and you got 1.5 foot of snow on the ground, take a couple of those carabiners and if you got a nice toboggan sled, hook it onto that thing. And instead of you holding it and pulling it, just let the bag do the job. On the sides here, you've got 2 straps per side. You know, currently I don't have anything being held by them, but sometimes, you know, if I'm going camping, I'll put a cot on there or something, just to kind of, instead of using that sleeping bag or that sleeping mat and wearing it down all the time, I'll just put a cot on there. And this side here, I've got a big nylon mesh bag. I mean, this thing's big. As you can see, this is for, you know, if I need to hang food from a tree, I'll put it in here. It's got a nice hanging strap on it. Again, it's nylon, it's pretty strong. I've hung about 50 pounds of food in here before, and I've had no problems with it. You know, after I got home, just just throw it in the washer, or not the washer, but I'll throw it in a bucket and put some bleach in there, just to clean all the nasty shit off of there, because I mean I do put food in here, so I'll make sure this stays clean. It's got a nice drawstring with, I mean, a big opening on the front, so you know you can put laundry in here, you can put, again, food, other supplies, things like that. Another thing I have in here that fell out when I pulled that bag out is a little squirt bottle with a little flip up nipple nozzle on it. It's not that big. I use it if I don't have a readily available clean water supply. I'll use this to ration water until I can get somewhere and fill up, you know, my water bottles and a canteen, something like that. Just put water in here, you know, squirt a little bit, drink it as you need it. Over here on this side, again, 2 straps. On this top strap, as you can see, I've got a camp hand axe, which, let me set this down real quick. I'll show you the difference between a hand axe and a hatchet. This is a hand axe. It's not a tomahawk. It's not a hatchet. This is a hand axe. A hatchet is going to have a hammer end rather than just a straight flat end. It's going to have a hammer end on the back of it. This does have a little hook in there for a nail puller. You can use it to cut rope if you don't have a knife, which, if you don't have a knife, I'm not sure why, but get one. Tomahawks are for throwing, attacking. They've usually got a pointed end on the back with an axe blade end on the front. I keep my hand axes sharp. This one I've actually slacked off and let get a little bit dull, but I sharpen them with a file so they stay sharp from heel to toe. And yeah, so always keep a hand axe on you. They're great for cutting wood, splitting small sticks, stuff for fire. If you ever have, you know, it's a bug out bag. Obviously, if I'm getting out of somewhere, either A, somebody's following me I don't want to be followed by, or B, I don't want to be found. So, you know, this is my main choice if I was ever going to be attacked by somebody. It's got a solid full tang metal handle. It's a great camp axe. And then in this side pouch, we've got a Nalgene style water bottle with an ounces and milliliter gauge on the side of it. Normally in here I'd keep other stuff. Again, it's in my other bag for the camping trip. Some other things that I have in that side pocket include plastic spork with a knife on the fork end, just a plastic knife, and stainless steel hobo tools. Yeah, they come apart, and I've had these not quite as long as I've had the bag, but for a while, and they're not rusty, they're not whatever. And so no matter what, if you have a bug out bag or not, taking care of everything that's in it is also important. This front pocket here, I've got rope. Need to get more into my other bag, but yeah, I've got some corded in here. Cordage is important. always have rope. I don't care if it's standard nylon rope, paracord, hell, even twine can be used. Obviously, it's not as strong as nylon rope, and definitely not as strong as paracord, but in a pinch, you can burn it. You can use it for other stuff. Yeah. And then I've got an old military-style plastic canteen that I need to get an aluminum cup for. It's got a thermal sheath blanket on it with a belt clip. Belt obviously doesn't fit me anymore. I got it when I was like 13. In this pocket also, it's got another elastic banded pocket here. Right here, I've got bungee cord, cup, little right angle flashlight with different colored lenses on it. Small drawstring bag with if I can get to it, another even smaller one inside of it. There's both of those. And a survival whistle with a compass on it. And if I can get it out, a small little magnifying glass. Which, obviously, setting a bad example because I bite my nails and can't get it out of there. It's also got a little thermometer on the back. So, moving on to the inside of my bag. I've got, on the bag, it's got a dual drawstring system for the inside compartment. And literally all that's in this top compartment, I've got a small little backpack that I got with the Boy Scouts years ago. And if I can pull it out of here, my summer sleeping bag, which is nice because on the inside you won't be able to see it. There's gray there, that's fleece. It's built into the bag. Not built in, it's got a separate zipper for it, so you can take this fleece liner out and have just the actual bag. For those colder summer nights, use just the fleece liner, or for even a little bit colder, you can use both. And this will go down to I think 40 degrees. Anything colder than that, I'll use my mommy bag. And then here, at the bottom of the bag, I've got a first aid kit. Doesn't have anything, everything in there. It does, however, have a list of everything on the back. It's got bandages, tweezers, a pair of gloves, some finger splints, tape, things like that. Yeah. And I've also got my flashlight, well, spotlight. Top takes 4D batteries. And it's also got a removable radio right here, and another smaller removable flashlight over here. They're removed by these tabs here. You just push them backward, and normally they pop that out, but this is kind of wanting to be a dick right now. So the flashlight needs batteries, but There you go. And in the back, it's got a storage compartment sealed with an O-ring, little rubber seal. You can put batteries, small supplies in the back, and different things like that. So, you know, obviously, I always carry a pocket knife on me. This is a Cricut. I'm not sure exactly what model, but it is spring assisted. Oh, it's the igniter, Cricut igniter. And it's got a safety on the spring. It's just a push button safety, so you just push down on the knob, and it'll open. If you don't push down, you can't. Well, I push down, but you can't just pull it open. It doesn't work like that. It's got a belt clip. The only thing I hate about it is 440 stainless steel. For whatever reason, 440 doesn't hold a blade worth of shit. So I'm constantly finding myself sharpening this. So my suggestion to you is get the more expensive knife that's not 440, and you won't have to sharpen it near as often. Another thing I don't have is my water purification system. I've got a life straw. I've got tablets, and I used to have a handheld pump, but I think it's over at my buddy's house. Either way, it grew legs and disappeared. So that's that. Also, inside of the bag, it's got a zip-up divider between the pockets, so you can either make this one entire giant pocket or separate it into two sections. I usually leave it separated. A couple cases here and there, I'll use the giant pocket. Other than that, I'll leave it separated. So that's my bug out bag for beginners. I'll post another video hopefully soon of my bug out bag for people who have been building one for a while. Leastways, what I have in mind. You know, you can take some ideas from it. Always rate, comment, and subscribe. And please feel free, if you have any suggestions, what you feel I should have in this. If there's anything I missed, didn't cover, put that in the comment section, and I will cover that in the next video. So again, this is Danny from Tactical Survival. Yeah, thanks for watching.